Hey guys, my name is Haley and today I'm going to be filming my January book haul, which wasn't that many books until yesterday when I went to the thrift store. So let's get started. The first book that I picked up in the month of January was Lux Consequences. This is the bind-up of Opal and Origin, which are the third and fourth books in the Lux series. I kind of became slightly obsessed with this series in the end of December, like literally the last 2 or 3 days of the year when I flew through the first 2 books. But my obsession with it kind of wore off after I got over being sick, so it's on hold right now. I did make it a little way into the third book, but I did pick this one up. And then, of course, the next book I picked up after that was Lux Opposition. This is the last book in the Lux series. And this cover of it was so hard to find for some reason in the day that I tried to buy it. Like, me and my friend were searching the entire internet for it, and we couldn't find it anywhere. We finally found it on eBay. And it was actually came with like a half-price book sticker on it and everything. And now, as soon as I had bought it, we went to the store yesterday and saw it on shelves just normal where we couldn't find it like 3 weeks ago. So, the struggles of buying books and buying them in certain covers. And the reason it was so hard to find was because I think they just released a new cover that matches the original covers, but I own these editions of them, so I really wanted this one, and yeah, I haven't got to this yet. Next up, I went and got rid of a bunch of my books that I didn't like or wasn't interested in anymore and took them to half-price books, and there I picked up Kindred by Octavia Butler. I've heard a couple of people actually talk about this book as a book they really enjoyed last year, and I think a lot of people read it for Diversathon maybe. I don't remember where I saw it, but I do know Vanessa over at Split Reads read this, and she really enjoyed it, so I'm really excited. I was really excited to see this in like the bargain section of half-price books, so it was really only like $2. I know it's about a modern black woman who gets sent back in time to, I believe it's the slave time period, and it's a diverse sci-fi read with a woman main character who is of color, so I'm really excited to read it. Melissa, if you're watching this, I know you'll be very excited because I know this is one of your favorite books. That is The Death and Life of Zebulon Finch, Volume 1, At the Edge of Empire, and I've just heard her rave so much about this book, and I literally don't know anything about it except for the little quote that's on the back, and that is, Zebulon Finch is 17 years old. He's been 17 years old for over a century. That's all it says. I'm intrigued. I know it's a duology, so not too many books, and I love these covers. They're beautiful. So I'm just kind of going off of Melissa from the Bookish Babbler's recommendation, and I'm excited to get into it. And that was all that I had bought this entire month, just those 4 books up until yesterday when me and my friend went to the thrift store. And we kind of hit the jackpot a little bit. So first up, I saw The Irresistible Revolution by Shane Claiborne. This is a Christian nonfiction, like, lifestyle type of book. I believe Oshina has read this, and from what I remember, she liked it. So I saw it and was like, hey, I've seen Oshina read that, picked it up, and have added it to my Christian nonfiction collection. And then I saw The 5 Love Languages, which I've always wanted to read this because my church actually did a series on it. I think it was like 4 years ago now, and I never got to read the actual book, even though I did like the love language tests and everything. But I'm really excited to actually be able to read this now. And then I saw Elusive by Emily Lloyd-Jones. I was really excited to see this because I've almost bought this book so many times off of thrift books, but I just, for some reason, always like put it out of my cart and buy something else. And I believe I saw this on Emma Book's channel first because she read it, I don't know if it was last year or the year before. I just know a small chunk of the population develops superhero-like powers, and the main girl is an illusionist and has the ability to change her appearance at will, which I think is really fascinating. I don't know if this is a series or a trilogy or a duology. I do know that there's a second book, but I don't know how many there are other than that. But I'm really excited to read this because it just sounds super fascinating to me and I've always wanted to buy it. And I finally did this time. The weird thing about this thrift store that we go to, it's a Goodwill, is that every time I go there and look for a specific, like, non-fiction book, it's literally, like, if I'm talking about it that day and I'm like, oh, I hope I find this book here, it's always there. And I just heard about this book, like, 2 days ago on Brecky from Brecky Reed's channel, and hearing her talk about it, I think she read it for Diversathon, but hearing her talk about it, I was just really fascinated, and I think I'm going to listen to the audiobook just because of who reads it, and that is Dreams of My Father by Barack Obama. I just want to hear Obama talk about his past, and I heard the audiobook was really good, and Brecky highly recommended it, so I was really excited to see this in the thrift store, like 2 days after I just heard about it. And then the jackpot that we hit, my friend actually found the first 3 Percy Jackson books, and she bought them because I've already read Percy Jackson, and I was like, hey, you would like this series. But I saw books 2, 3, and 4 of the Heroes of Olympus series, which are The Son of Neptune, The Mark of Athena, and The House of Hades. And I lost it. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. The reason that I haven't read this series is because I don't want to buy them. And these are hardcovers, they're in perfect condition, and they were $1 a piece. How exciting is that? I was so excited. So really, I just need to buy the first one and the 5th one, and then I can finally read this series and I don't have to worry about spending a ton of money on it, which is the reason I hadn't bought them before. So there you go. Those are all of the books that I bought in the month of January. Thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys next time.